Hey everyone, it's Oldine. Now I know what you're thinking. Oldine, are we talking about shortages again? And the answer is yes. We gotta be ready for anything, right? Today, we're diving into the top 9 essential items you need to buy before everyone else does and the shelves are empty. We're talking full-on Mr. Beast style preparedness. You don't want to be caught slipping when the going gets tough. So let's jump right into it. First up, we're tackling the food situation. In times of crisis, having a well-stocked pantry can make all the difference. It's not just about having food, it's about having the right kind of food that can sustain you and your family for an extended period. And no, I'm not talking about ordering a pizza. Sure, pizza is great for a quick meal, but it's not going to help you in the long run when supplies are scarce. When disaster strikes, pizza delivery guys aren't heroes. Canned goods are. These little metal saviors can be the difference between a full belly and going hungry. We're talking beans, soups, veggies, fruits, anything that can last on a shelf for months, maybe even years. These items are packed with nutrients and can be used in a variety of recipes. Think about it, if the power goes out, your fancy fridge isn't going to do you much good. All those perishables will spoil quickly, leaving you with nothing but regret. Canned goods, they're the real MVPs in a crisis. They don't need refrigeration and can be stored easily. And don't forget about pasta and rice. These staples are versatile and can be the base for countless meals. These are like the superheroes of the pantry. They have a long shelf life and can be used in a variety of dishes from simple to gourmet. They last forever, and you can make a million different things with them. From hearty soups to delicious casseroles, the possibilities are endless. Pro tip, grab some spices while you're at it. A well-seasoned meal can lift your spirits and make even the simplest dishes taste amazing. Eating plain rice every day for a week? Not exactly a party in your mouth. Spices can transform a bland meal into something special. Spices will make it feel like a gourmet apocalypse. Imagine turning a simple bowl of rice into a flavorful feast, with just a pinch of this and a dash of that. Remember, we're going for quantity here, people. Stock up on enough food to last you and your family for weeks, not just days. Think about the long haul. We want enough to feed you and your loved ones for weeks, not days. Plan ahead, be prepared, and conquer your pantry like a pro. Alright, we've got the food situation handled. Stocking up on non-perishable items like canned goods, pasta, and rice is a great start. But food is just one part of the equation when it comes to being prepared for a crisis. Now let's talk about the other essential ingredient for survival: water. It's something we often take for granted, but in an emergency, clean drinking water can become incredibly scarce. You think finding a decent Wi-Fi connection is hard? Imagine the frustration of not being able to find clean water. It's a whole different level of stress. Try finding clean drinking water during a shortage. Store shelves can empty out quickly, leaving you and your family in a tough spot. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck in that situation. The anxiety of not knowing where your next drink will come from is something you can avoid with a little preparation. That's why stocking up on bottled water is crucial. It's one of the simplest yet most effective ways to ensure you have a reliable water supply. And I'm not talking about those tiny little bottles either. Those won't last long in a real emergency. Go big or go home. Large water jugs or gallon bottles are your best bet. They provide a substantial amount of water and are easier to store. Get those gallon jugs, the ones that'll last you a while. They are more economical and will keep you hydrated for longer periods. Think about how much water you use in a day for drinking, cooking, even brushing your teeth. It's more than you might realize. Now multiply that by at least 2 weeks. That's the minimum amount of water you should have on hand to be prepared for any emergency. That's how much you want to have on hand. A well-stocked supply can make all the difference in a crisis. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Being prepared with enough bottled water can provide peace of mind and ensure your family's well-being during uncertain times. Okay, so we've got food and water covered, but that's just the beginning. When it comes to maintaining your health during a shortage, there's a lot more to consider. But what happens if you get a nasty headache from worrying about the shortage? Stress can take a toll on your body, and headaches are just one of the many symptoms. Or worse, you come down with a cold. A simple cold can become a major inconvenience if you're not prepared. That's why having a good stock of medications is essential. You never know when you might need them, and it's better to be safe than sorry. And I'm not just talking about prescription meds, although those are super important too. Make sure you have enough to last through any potential shortages. Make sure you've got a good supply of over-the-counter essentials as well. Pain relievers, cold medicine, and other common remedies should be part of your stockpile. Allergy meds, you name it. If you have specific health needs, make sure those are covered too. You don't want to be caught in a situation where you're feeling awful and you can't even find a simple pain reliever. Empty shelves can be a common sight during shortages. And here's a pro tip. Don't forget about first aid supplies. Accidents can happen anytime, and being prepared can make a big difference. Bandages, antiseptic wipes, antibiotic cream, all that good stuff. These items are crucial for treating minor injuries and preventing infections. Trust me, a well-stocked medicine cabinet can be a lifesaver in a shortage. It ensures that you have everything you need to handle common health issues without having to make a stressful trip to the store. We've talked about food, water, and medicine. Now let's talk about something equally important: hygiene. Because even in a crisis, nobody wants to be the smelly kid in class. Toilet paper, my friends, it's the one thing people lose their minds over during a shortage. Don't be that person fighting over the last roll in the store. Stock up now. And don't forget about soap. Hand soap, body wash, shampoo, you name it. Keeping clean is essential for staying healthy, especially during a shortage. Hand sanitizer is another must-have. Keep a bottle in your car, your purse, your backpack, everywhere. You never know when you'll need to sanitize those hands. Alright, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: batteries. You might not think about them much, but when the power goes out, batteries suddenly become your new best friend. Flashlights, radios, even some medical devices rely on batteries. So, make sure you've got a good stash of different sizes on hand. AA, AAA, CD, 9-volt, you name it, get some. And don't forget to check the expiration dates on those batteries every now and then. You don't want to be caught in the dark with a flashlight full of dead batteries. Trust me, it's not fun. Accidents happen, but they seem to happen even more often during a crisis. That's why having a well-stocked first aid kit is absolutely crucial. And I'm not talking about just a few Band-Aids and a tube of Neosporin. We're talking about a full-on Mr. Beast level first aid kit. Bandages of all shapes and sizes, gauze pads, antiseptic wipes, antibiotic cream, pain relievers, allergy medicine, burn gel, the works. You want to be prepared for any situation, from a minor cut to a more serious injury. And don't forget to learn how to use everything in your first aid kit. There are tons of great resources online and in your community that can teach you basic first aid skills. Okay, let's talk about transportation. During a shortage, getting around can be tricky. Gas stations might be closed, or the lines might be ridiculously long. That's why it's a good idea to keep your gas tank at least half full at all times. That way, if you need to evacuate or make a run to the store, you're not starting from empty. And if you really want to be prepared, consider investing in a generator. A generator can keep your lights on, your refrigerator running, and your devices charged during a power outage. Just make sure you know how to use it safely and have a safe place to store the fuel. We can't forget about our furry, scaly, or feathered family members. During a shortage, it's just as important to keep them safe and fed. Make sure you have enough pet food, litter, and any medications they might need to last for at least a few weeks. And don't forget about their comfort. A familiar toy or blanket can go a long way in keeping them calm during a stressful time. Remember, our pets rely on us for their well-being, so let's make sure we're prepared to take care of them no matter what comes our way. We live in a digital world, but during a shortage, cash is king. If the power goes out, ATMs and credit card machines won't work. So it's a good idea to have some cash on hand, just in case. I'm not talking about thousands of dollars, but enough to cover some basic expenses for a few days. Think about how much you'd need for gas, groceries, or other essentials. It's also a good idea to have a variety of bills, including small denominations, as businesses might have trouble making change. Remember, cash is your friend during a shortage. It's accepted everywhere, and it doesn't rely on electricity. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has inspired you to get prepared for any situation. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. So, stock up on those essentials, make a plan, and stay informed. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more awesome content like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Stay prepared, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.